Okay, so now after talking about 3 bad things about Assassin's Creed Mirage in my last video, I obviously also have to make a video about 3 good things that I loved about the game. And the points that I'm stating here today are not the mainstream reasons why people love the game, you know? Like I made a video about the open world and how great it is, or about Mirage's stealth and the more stealth-focused gameplay, so I won't be talking about things like these. Rather, I was trying to find 3 more hidden things that you do not really focus on while playing the game and only realize when properly thinking and contemplating about Assassin's Creed Mirage. And the first great thing that I really loved in Assassin's Creed Mirage is the short playtime. Because if you think about it, for the previous 3 RPG games, it took us dozens of hours to complete the game. Like I think for me it was 70 hours for Origins and 85 hours for Odyssey and Valhalla. And it was really refreshing to finally play a game again that you can actually finish in a week's time. Like I remember that I was sitting on games like Valhalla for literally months, because after 30-40 hours there comes a point when you're not really motivated to play a game like that. And to be fair, Valhalla and Odyssey aren't games like The Witcher 3 that keeps you hooked almost 100 hours. After some time it becomes extraordinarily boring. And I'm planning on reviewing the whole Assassin's Creed series after properly reviewing Assassin's Creed Mirage and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which will be coming out next month. And when I'm thinking into investing dozens of hours into those games again, you know, I'm not really looking forward to it. Well, you know, games like the Ezio trilogy or the more older games that took maybe 15, 20 or 25 hours to complete, it's a whole different story, and I really liked that with Assassin's Creed Mirage. Because in video games, bigger is not always better, and the shorter playtime was definitely a fresh and good change. And through the game being not as long as the other ones, you really feel like they also just put the most important things into the story. You know, in Valhalla you had so many unnecessary story parts, and it really felt like they were just trying to make the story longer by adding some unnecessary bullshit. And in a game like Mirage you can really tell the most important things in a short amount of time, and we players remember everything after finishing the game and don't forget 50% of it because it was so much. And in addition to that, I want to continue with the second point, which is the maturity of the game's story. I mean, look, we all love to laugh a little bit while playing a game, like we probably did in games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Valhalla, you know, which included some very lame jokes. And it felt like the developers were trying to make those games more family friendly. That's probably the closest I could describe it. And in Mirage, it really feels like a mature, true and dark Assassin's story, like one should be. And the last AC game for me which did that was Assassin's Creed Origins, which also provided a very dark and mature story. And in Assassin's Creed Mirage it's the same thing, you know. The story really takes itself very seriously. And also that was a fresh breath of air. And the last thing that I really loved about Assassin's Creed Mirage was that they left out the modern day story. I mean, look, I think we can all agree that we loved Desmond Miles and the earlier modern day stories, which really felt like part of the game. But you know, after Revelations, the modern day story really felt like just, you know, put in to be there. And especially in the last couple of games, this feeling strengthened more and more. And the developers definitely got that feedback from the fans as well, because everything with Layla Hassan, I mean, it was better than in Syndicate or Unity for me, but still I was always thinking like, nobody would miss that if they actually didn't include it. So cutting the modern day story was definitely a good thing for me, but here I also have to say that I really liked the earlier modern day stories, as I said with Desmond Miles especially. And I really hope that they can somehow find a new story that we players will love as much as we did the whole story around Desmond and its friends, but it would also have to be intertwined with the game and not just a blank modern day story that has nothing to do with the actual lore. So as I like this cut of the modern day in Mirage, I definitely wish to see a more fleshed out and a more thought through modern day story in upcoming AC games. Okay guys, so those were 3 things that I love about Assassin's Creed Mirage. And as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm working on my full Assassin's Creed Mirage review that will come out this or next week probably, so stay tuned to that and subscribe if you don't want to miss anything regarding open world games like Assassin's Creed. And that was it from me in today's video. I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.